But if you're a punk, you go along with the madness. Then you become a disciple of somebody else. Yeah, that's me. I'm up with Pan, all right. Pan, do, brother. When I said that to Brother Malcolm. He's my teacher. We're sitting in the car. He's driving. He did that. Damn. What? See your reaction? I didn't say nothing wrong. He's telling me about my teacher. I'm going to talk to the teacher. Is this true? Not that I give a damn. I didn't come to hear gossip on my teacher. I came to hear the wisdom of God from my teacher.
No, I got you.
I want you to check my history. Other people were saying they were defending the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, but they defended like, no, somebody that had an axe to grind with Malcolm. See, and when you're envious of your brother, you can't even correct him right. Because in your correction is your hatred of your brother. That's the difference between me and you. I loved Malcolm, but I was not Malcolm's follower.
And I found an angle. Fucking you up.
And as long as he was with Elijah, I'm going to be with you. And when the Imam became the leader of the nation, we were at odds. He and I. You don't know my love for Wallace D. Muhammad. You don't know what the messenger said to me that made me love him. Even when he went wrong, I loved him. So when you love your brother,
That's
talk
right.
to your brother like a brother. I criticized him, never in your earshot. I wasn't trying to make a follower of me out of you. I wanted to see my brother go right. Because whether you want to know it or not, Wallace D. Muhammad was the hope of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad.
Yep.
I have a letter 17 pages long that Elijah Muhammad wrote to his son. I'm not going into it today, but I just want to say this to you. When you follow a divine man, do you think the road to God that it's just like you want it to be? Do you think the road to greatness is like you want it to be? Do you think the road to oneness with God is the way you want it to be? 5 o'clock the next morning, Brother Malcolm called me. He said, brother, know you said you're going to tell the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, but I hope that you will wait a little while so I could get my letter off to him first. I said, well, brother, my head is so messed up after what you said, it's going to take me time to see how to write the man I love, the man I've committed my life to, about something a disaffected student had to say. Because sometimes, brothers, sisters, when you bring, the complaint says more about you that bring it than the man or woman you complaining about. I just want you to listen to your brother today. I don't intend to talk again until I return from where I'm going. Where are you going? I'm going up yonder. Where are you going? I'm going up yonder. Where's yonder? See, you say that on dead people. I ain't dead and I ain't dying. But I'm going up yonder.
For real.
When are you leaving? I'm leaving soon. Anybody ask me? When are you leaving? Anybody ask me? Tell them I'm leaving soon. 'Cause I'm going up yonder. I'm going up yonder. I'm going up yonder to be with my Lord. Yes, that's where I'm going. And look, oh, I'm having a good time. You hear me? And I'm having a good time because it's what I do when I'm not going to do it no more for a while.
Oh, damn.
When I gave up my music, I was in the Borscht Circuit in New York, upstate. And I said, well, the messenger gave me 30 days to get out of music or get out of the temple. I took 30 steps. And I said, well, I can live without music, but I can't live without the truth. I want you to hold up on to those words. I cannot live without the truth. And you cannot live with a bunch of lies that you tell or are telling or listening to. That's why Paul said, prove all things and hold fast to what is good, what is true, what is right. No lie should enter your ear without some God standing at your ear like a God standing at the door of a vault of riches.
Straight like that. Straight like that. Straight like that. Straight like that.
The truth is our life itself. I'm saying that to say I should shorten it up because I ain't got all day. But God has taken me this way, and I want you to look at the swan song here. That's a lot of notes. I don't need them because I knew God was going to help me deliver this message today. I want you to hold on to those words. I can't live without the truth. You got a no good man by your side. See, you can live without him. And if you got a no good woman by your side, you don't fall in love so stupid that you can't walk away. When truth is not a part of your journey of life. I gave it all I had that night. I sang classics, I sang blues, I sang ballads, I sang calypso, I danced, I played jazz violin, played classical violin, I told jokes. I did it all. You know how Kobe was when he finished his long tour and he ran those 60 points? And what did he say? I left it all on the court. See, when you empty yourself, you move on. And so I gave up my music. And then one day at John Bar High School, my teacher came. See, I'm picking right back up where I was. He sent for me. And when I got to the house, 4847 South Woodlawn Avenue, in the living room, he called me. And there were two chairs like close to each other. Have a seat, brother. Now you know you're in trouble, or he got something for you. He said, oh, brother, I was at your performance. You have a great deal of talent, brother. But the people, you were singing, and they was all crying. He said, don't make my people cry, brother. He said, one day, I was teaching on the prodigal son. And the Savior came to the house for dinner, and he asked the question, how did you all enjoy Kareem's teaching? He was Elijah Kareem then. Oh, he was wonderful. There wasn't a dry eye in the temple. And then a frown came over Master Muhammad's face. And he said, brother, don't make my people cry. Because I came to wipe away their tears. I had a brother playing the part of a homosexual that Elijah Muhammad would clean up in the play. And as he did the switcheroo,
Straight like that.
When Elijah Muhammad came, he straightened right on up. Beautiful black sister
Damn.
standing by a light post.
Stop it.
She was so pretty too.
That's
But she was
fucked up.
playing the part of a prostitute. And he said, brother,
Biggie.
when you're catching a fish, you don't leave the fish on the banks because it keeps flopping around. And the next thing you know, it's back in the water again. He said, I'm trying to raise my people from that condition. So in order to be homosexual, even as an act, you have to think like that.
Damn.
In order to act like that.
Damn.
But it was just an act. The brother was a real man, I hope. You know.
Damn. Damn.
And then he said,
Damn.
brother, it's hard enough trying to get our people to think better. So when you put them in a play, having them to think like what they once were,
Or want to be.
you have them flopping around in a play, but the play sometimes looks so real.
Train themselves to be them.
I see my beautiful brother, 50 Cent. He's a great, great brother. But the life that he lived, the shots that he took, the pain that he was in as a tremendous rapper. Now the roles that they have him playing, he's always playing a part. He can play that part. Now, sometimes you ain't even acting. You play it so well, you know, killing your brother, throwing him off a roof. So acting is dangerous if you are not writing the script and having a person do something that lifts the spirit and mind of the people that you're playing your music or your acting or your stage production for. Elijah Muhammad, all that was in his mind was raising you and me up from where the white man put us. And if we keep thinking like we thought when we were in the street, you go back to doing the same thing that you did when you were in the street. So Jesus says in the scripture, behold, the dog, once clean, returns to his vomit. That's what happens when you walk away from this teaching. No, I gotta talk to you. I'm singing a swan song. Because if you don't change, death will find you soon. If you don't change, you're too comfortable in iniquity. We sin like we breathe. Damn. Sin has that effect on us. We don't even have a conscience anymore to say, oh no, I ain't gonna do that. We sin and love it. That's why we keep going back to it. So I'm singing a swan song. Because the God that is on scene today is a God of truth and righteousness. And if you play a game with God, he will lead you where you are. I want you to listen carefully. But I thought you was going to tell us something about the Jews. I thought you were going to tell us something about the war. I got it.
Shut up.
Just try to be with me a little bit.
Thank you. Got you, baby. Got you.
We're losing ourselves.
Lost ourselves again.
Look how many deaths Brother Ishmael has been to their funeral and gave them comforting words. I got some witnesses here. I got a big one right in front of me. We didn't have deaths in the nation.
Right.
Every now and then somebody would die. And when somebody died, the whole nation was shocked. What?
Right. True.
I'm not trying to be funny, but this is the truth. The way Master Fard Muhammad taught us, when we followed his teachings exactly, we didn't need medical insurance.
Exactly.
How to eat to live was our medical insurance. We didn't go to the hospital except in an emergency.
Exactly. Exactly.
We always had a shine on our face.
Exactly.
Looking clean, beautiful.
Nice.
See, sin has a way of burdening your mind because it's not natural to sin. For the devil, it's natural to lie, steal, and cheat. But you are not made like that.
Facts.
So when you and I go to acting the fool, it shows up in our skin. It shows up in our face. It shows up in our forehead. It shows up because that's not who you are.
God is true.
I had a beautiful granddaughter. I loved her so much. She was drinking a lot. Some of us, when we have a problem,
Damn.
we don't look for God. We look for the bottle. We look for the reefer. We look for sex. We look for anything that gives us momentary pleasure.
I forgot about that.
When solving the problem would give you ease and peace.
Damn.
My dear brothers and sisters, I visited my granddaughter. She was so beautiful in Arizona. And I said to her, if you continue to drink when you know it is destroying you, soon Allah will turn you to that to which you turn yourself. And when you love your sin so much that nothing of conscience can rise up in you to stop you from yourself, then you're tempting God to turn you to that to which you turn yourself. Surely I've turned myself to thee, O heroin. Surely I've turned myself to thee, O reefer. Surely I've turned myself to robbing and stealing. And that's a beautiful young woman over there. Surely I'm turning myself to that.
You stupid.
But when God gets sick of you, he'll turn you to the very thing that you turned yourself to and leave you there. Then you'll die of an overdose. The thing you turn yourself to will kill you. God is not to be played with. God is not an overcoat that you put on when it's cold outside.
Every day.
God is the God of truth and righteousness. He loves you. But you've got to love yourself. Listen, Elijah Muhammad said to us one day, oh, my teacher, he said, brother, if Allah left me for a fraction of a second, you would see a walking fool. Think about that. Elijah Muhammad? A walking fool?
Right?
I heard Sister Ava talking about me when I was coming here. Bless you, Sister Ava. You said the minister wins all the battles and stuff. You didn't see the ones I lost. But anyway, it's okay. Those that I lost were in the gym. But your inner life is what prepares you for your outer life. See, you lose yourself in your privacy. You lose yourself when you're alone with yourself, or you're alone with your partners in crime. You lose yourself. And then come out and act like you're better than what you are. But what you are in private is who you are. How long have I been teaching, brother? You ready to go?
Yes,
I was going to walk you out.
Not going that way.
You came to hear me sing a swan song. I hate to disabuse you. He's tired. He's getting old. You better check this old man out. Oh, yeah.
Nickel, nickel. Get him. Get him.
Hey, look, I'm sneaking up on 90.
Get him. Get him.
And look, you listening to your brother.
Get him.
Do I sound punctified and weak?
What?
See, if I have given you strength from the strength that God gives me, why would I stay around until I'm a vegetable and allow you to see me in a state that disgraces who I really am? So prophets, man, God sends an angel to talk to them. Are you ready to come in now? Because if you're done what God put you here to do, don't hang around. Death is beautiful when you've done your job. Death is heavenly when you've done your job. Why do you want to hold on to life and you ain't living it? So when God sends the angel to the prophet, are you ready to come in now? And listen, if the prophet says, no, I have something else I would like to do. Who was the man in the Bible that wanted extra time? Hezekiah, wasn't it? So the angel went back to God and said, well, I'll give you 15 more years. Now, I've been with you 67 years. Do you know what that is? Do you know what that does to anybody that's sincere? Do you understand what love is? How many of you wake up every day and somebody's talking bad about you? How many of you are with problems that you don't get rid of? How many of you have the friendship of Jews or the hatred of Jews where you can't even say a kind word about me and you got an answer to them? It's written in the book of John, the people got afraid to say anything good about Jesus because the Jews jumped on him. That's what they did to Nick Cannon. That's what they did to others who say they love Farrakhan. The enemies of Jesus were Jews. That's not anti-Semitism. I didn't write the Bible.
Facts.
And there were Gentiles too. But it was the Jews who had received so much from God in the way of knowledge, and then they turned away from God and used the skill and wisdom that God gave them to trick people into sin. So now Satan has to be exposed. The liar has to be exposed.
Oh, yeah.
The lie must be exposed by the truth. So don't tell me, brothers or sisters, that you love Farrakhan, but you hate me for telling the truth. It don't work like that. The Holy Quran teaches us, had we wished to take a past time from before ourselves, we would have done it. Nay. We cast truth at falsehood till we knock out its brains. Brains is real. Falsehood is false. But the brain that's using falsehood is real. God wants to knock out the brains of Satan, the brains of the devil, and the brains of those of us who have bowed down to Satan and have become a devil ourselves. So, your brother, speaking now of myself, I was looking for somebody from the time I was a little boy that would stand up for black people. I wasn't faking that. I cried myself to sleep nights reading about the lynching of our brothers and sisters in the South. And though I was living in Boston and I was an Episcopalian, I asked my preachers and my Sunday school teachers, I heard that God delivered this one and that one. Is there a deliverer for us? I'm a boy, 7 years old. I'm in love with God. My mom didn't tell me love God. My nature told me. Yeah, I'm going to finish my points. You need to use the restroom. You can't do it on yourself, so. I love you all so much, man. It's so beautiful. Here's the basic story of my life and why I'm going up yonder and what I'm going up yonder for. You ready for this? I really want the Jewish people to hear me.
Oh, yeah.
I really want you to understand prophets of God are not your enemies,
Get him.
but they are your correctors. Don't tell me that you are so arrogant that God can't send somebody to correct you. And some of you are scared of people of power, but God don't give a damn about that. And he'll punish you or me if I have a mission and all of a sudden I get terrified because the people I'm sent to warn them and correct them, they might kill me. One thing you should know, you're going to die anyway. And some of you are dying faster than you should by the way you live. So don't be angry with me. I'm going to die too, but it ain't now. It ain't now. So don't come here. Don't come here crying over Farrakhan. I ain't going to see him no more. Yeah, for a while, I'll be out of your sight. For a while. I'm going to tell you about it. The enemy don't want me to go where I'm going. And neither do the hypocrites. So there's a death plot hatched by the government to be carried out by my own people. Well, do you think that I'm afraid? Now listen, why don't you walk in my shoes for a day? If the government can't frighten me, and the Jews and their power can't frighten me, how the hell you think you're going to scare me with a gun? See, if you hate me that much that you want me dead, sing. Because it's your song now. If you want death for me, the angel of death is already on your ass. When I met Elijah Muhammad, first when I was 19, I heard that God had raised a messenger. I walked down the street and tears were in my eyes. And I asked God, God, why didn't you choose me? You know I love my people. And as fast as I thought that, I said, oh. He came in 1930. I wasn't even born. Look at my next thought. Let me go find him and offer him my life. See, this ain't no damn game that I'm playing, man. And you can't play no game with this. Because if you're playing a game, I'm singing your swan song. I want you to listen to me good, because I'm coming to the government of America. Just be patient, because you can't walk in my shoes. He made me to walk in shoes that he made for me. Swans. Do you know when I met Elijah Muhammad, when I first came in the mosque in New York? I had to go through the FOI, and my captain was a man named Yusuf Shah. Every man coming in has to say something. I had to say something. Listen to my words. Tears flowing from my eyes. I had never seen black men as beautiful as the FOI in New York, and they were showering me with love from their eyes to me coming into the nation. But I said to them, I will take this word from Elijah Muhammad to every nook and every cranny in the United States of America. Did you hear what I said when I first got breath of life 68 years ago? That's a serious thing, to give your life and say what you're going to do on the first day of life. Now, all those of you who see me now, answer the question. Have I fulfilled my word? Have I fulfilled my word? See, I've carried this word throughout America. Practically every black organization has asked me to speak for them. All the prisons that I could visit in America, I visited. I carried this word of my teacher. And one day in Boston, I was invited to speak to 500 preachers. And I preached. When the messenger heard what I said, he sent me a letter. He said, brother, for that one speech that you made to my enemies, because the black preacher at that time was the enemy of Elijah Muhammad. They're not that today. And it didn't happen in a vacuum. He wrote me a letter. He said, brother, for that one speech that you made to my enemies, if you turn hypocrite on me, I will ask Allah to go and get you and bring you back. What is a hypocrite? A hypocrite is one who believes, then disbelieves, and becomes an enemy to what he once believed. A hypocrite is one who speaks out of his mouth what is not in his heart. I offered Elijah Muhammad my life. I didn't ask for a dollar or a dime. I'm sorry, baby. I'm trying to get to mommy so she can teach you so you can be a great woman of God. Just follow me just a little while longer. But I really want to get you up yonder with me. Although you can't go where I'm going. But there'll be a place prepared for you. Just give me a little more time. I offered this man my life. My songs were transformed from a nasty calypso or a stupid ballad into songs of the cause that brings about resurrection. In 1957, at Elijah Muhammad's 60th birth anniversary, I sang for him, "This is the one." It's on record, you can get it. And then in 57, Brother Malcolm was writing in the Amsterdam News. And Brother Malcolm wrote a column. His column was The Angry Man, God's Angry Man. And Malcolm wrote, "A white man's heaven is a black man's hell." And one day he asked me, "Brother Lewis, where did you get that song?" See, all of us are little thieves at times, you know. So Malcolm was testing because he knew where I got it. But he wanted to know would I say it. I said, "Oh, minister, I read your column and I wrote the song." It's exactly the truth. But I sang the song. And it became an underground hit in the 60s in the movement. A white man's heaven is a black man's heaven. I went into RCA Victor Studios in 1959. And my brother Thomas J. went in the studio with me. His job was to watch the engineer to make sure he didn't mess up my song. I'm showing you what commitment is. If you want to know why I'm going up yonder, I earned my way. I earned my way. I sang. I wrote plays. I preached. Every gift I had, I offered it to my teacher. Can anyone in here deny that? Hell no, you can't. You don't know nobody like me. You don't know nobody like me. I'm not boasting. I'm not bragging. God made me for Elijah. So that night at the Dunbar, the next morning, he said, brother, you back there again? Yeah, I'm going to complete it. He said, brother, your talent is great, but your greatest gift is in the spiritual. I didn't know that. He said, would you give up all that music for me? I didn't even hesitate. I said, yes, sir. I said it so fast. He said it again. Would you give all this music up for me? Because then he was going to teach me into the spiritual word of God that he alone knew, that the Savior taught him. Please listen. I gave him my all. I'm not embarrassed. What did you get for it? How much money did you get? Nothing. I came and sat at the table with my teacher. He said, Brother Farrakhan, I wasn't Farrakhan then, Brother Lewis. He said, a man came and offered $750,000 for the master of your song. The master of your song. He knew who wrote it. He knew who it belonged to. He said they offered $750,000. This is back in '56. $750,000. So he asked me, should I offer it to him? Oh, I said, no, sir, dear apostle. He's trying to raise money to build a center. He needed money. $750,000 on the table. Would you give me permission to offer it to him? No, sir, dear apostle. Then he asked me, why not? See, he's locating me. Man asks you a question. Once he locates you, he know who the hell he dealing with. I'm not going to lay something on you and you ain't fit. So I got to try you. Is $750,000 big enough for? I said, no, I don't care that we sell it. I said, because somebody will give you $750,000 just to keep the song on the shelf. and black people that I wrote the song for put the truth of your teaching in that song so that they would be quickened to life. Where's the proof of what you said, Farrakhan? My brother, Captain Sam, my brother in Miami, he was selling papers that day. And Ali was across the street. And Muhammad Ali shouted out, "Why are we called Negroes? Why are we deaf, dumb, and blind? Why is everybody making progress and we seem to be lagging so far behind?" And The Rock, he said, "Hey, man, you hip to the teachings." How did he get hip to the teaching? It was a song made by Louis Farrakhan. I offered him my life. So he began spiritually teaching me. He put Lonnie Shabazz, doctor, on the radio representing him. And he sent for me. "Brother, how did you like Dr. Lonnie's teaching?" I said, "I loved it, dear apostle. He was teaching your teaching, and I gained a lot from it." See, he wanted to see if I was the kind of arrogant jackass that would say, "I can speak better than he. Why didn't you let me have the program?" See, niggas can't hide, damn it. You can't hide. He took Dr. Lonnie Shabazz down and put up Bernard Kushmir. And after Brother Bernard Kushmir is now known as Brother Jabril, when he started teaching, messenger called me. What do you think of Brother Bernard? I said, "It's wonderful, dear apostle. He's very knowledgeable. Anybody that know him, you know he's a very knowledgeable brother." All right. I passed those 2 tests. Then he sent me a letter. "Brother, I was looking at you all the time. But character, I don't give a damn what you think you know. Your knowledge ain't worth a damn if you don't have character that goes along with your knowledge." "I'm not going to keep you till midnight. And I don't see you with a pillow in your chair as the seat gets a little hard no matter how soft it is. I understand that. I sat with Fidel Castro teaching, and we are brothers." I loved him, man. He's a great, great soldier. I'm saying all of that to say this. He put me on the radio. The first 4 lectures, he gave me a hint in the teaching. He gave me a paragraph, not a paragraph, a sentence or two, and then I take it from there. I send that lecture out to him, he passed it. The next week, he passed it again. The next week, he passed it again. The next week, he passed it again. He said, well, you can keep going. About 6 months or so. And I used to say every week, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, that great preacher of freedom, justice, and equality to the black man and woman of America, we are awaiting his return to these microphones. Are you lying? No. People lie, man. Once they get that lollipop and start sucking it, that's theirs. After I did it for 3 years, I used to write out every single word. And then I would study each word. And if I could say it better by using another word, I would change that word for another one. And then I would rehearse. And then I would broadcast. And after 3 years, he said, brother, you don't have to do that. Get a thought in your mind. Get up in scriptures. Stand up and let God speak through you. That's why you don't see me with notes. I don't give a damn about notes. And I've studied so long and so hard, the notes are written on the inside. Listen. Excuse me for saying damn and ass. I have a little problem. But when you're dealing with us, if you don't cuss, sometime you'll be a killer. You'll be killing somebody somewhere. Don't you know we are hard people to teach? So don't tell me I'm a coward and I quit. Hey, baby, I got 67 years on you. And guess what? One day I came. These are personal stories, but they're telling you something about why I'm going and why he's allowing me to come. He said, brother, I want you to tell the people that I will be back next week. After 5 years, I done got the lollipop, sucked it till it's almost down. Then you're going to ask me to give you back the lollipop? That's a trial. Man, I came back home and I went to writing. Hearken to the voice of God. Because that's who my teacher is. And I laid it out, and then he called back. Oh, brother, you may continue next week. But what was he telling you? And what was he telling me? that I was so slow to accept that I had become the voice of God. Now, the biggest test that he gave me, Tony Brown, the great commentator, was inviting all the black leaders to be on Education Channel. And he invited Elijah Muhammad. And Elijah Muhammad sent for me. He said, brother, I'm not going to do that. I want you to do it. I said, me? Yes, I'm going to show you how. And he started teaching me how never to be afraid when you represent divine revelation. My brother's sitting in front of me. I was down in New Orleans, and the preachers were cutting up, boy. And my minister said, boy, you got to bring it. Bring it. Like I'm some singer in some nightclub and I got to bring it. When I got finished, the place was tore up. And I said to my brother, this is not a competition. A man that don't know the revelation of God, how could I compete with him? And that's why when my sister that didn't sit down or didn't want to get up, Rosa had her funeral, they invited me. All the preachers were up there, and I'm one of them, trying to get along. Just walk this journey with me. And guess what? At her homegoing, I said, the preachers are listening. If any man would be my disciple, Jesus said, he must first deny himself, pick up his cross, follow me. Look at your brother. You can't tell me I'm not a true disciple because I gave up everything. Wait a minute. You ain't never picked up a cross like I picked up, because I'm kicking the ass of Satan and all his minions, the Jews and their power, the government of America, the Pope of Rome, the Imams of Mecca.
Hell yeah.
I got my cross.
Hell yeah.
Where's yours?
Ooh, wait.
And I not only picked up the cross, I followed closely in the footsteps of my teacher. I'm at the end of this part. Because it's a very important part, because we're going up yonder. And I want you to know where I'm going, why I'm going, and what I'm going for. Now, they want me to drink a little water. Boy, I'm having such a good time. So the messenger kid called me for 3 weeks straight. Come out to Chicago. I want to pay you. A student being called by the teacher. He wants to prepare me. Ooh, I was so happy. He said, now, brother, don't you be afraid of none of them, because they have nothing to compare with what I've given to you. Stand up on it. Yes, sir. Finally, the day arrived. Me and Brother Akbar and another brother, we downtown New York. And I went out and bought a new suit. Ooh, I was getting ready. I had laid out the messenger's teachings, and I was fasting and studying and praying. Finally, the day had come. They were having like a sound check in the studio, and I had to be there at 2 o'clock. The day, 1 o'clock, I called my teacher. The apostle, yes, I'm on my way to the studio. It's a, notice the sound of my voice. You don't talk to the boss raising your voice. I mean, you better show some submission here. Now look, I said, it's that day where that program is going to air. What program? I said, oh, it's the program where all the black leaders have been called. And who said you was one? Oh, no, the apostle, and then he hung up the phone. Let me tell you something. God taught the Honorable Elijah Muhammad how to try a person in such a way that whatever was hiding deep inside of them, they will not be able to hold it if you try them as God taught him to try. Real talk, man. Yeah, it is. It really is. It really is. I am the proof. I've lived the life. I've suffered for the cause. You can't tell me I haven't. 44 years. This mosque is here. School is here. Salam is here. Do you know the first paper that the nation had? What was it called? Final Call to Islam.
Wow.
I'll tell you about that in a minute.
Yeah, I ain't know nothing about that, man. Got me.
I'm trying to help you to see where I'm going. I'm trying to help you to see what qualified me to be the one to go. Do you know when I started trying to rebuild the nation of Islam, I didn't believe Elijah Muhammad was alive. Brother Ishmael is here. I guess he's here. He sat me down in a little school where he and his brother and sister and them were going to school. And he said, Brother Minister, you do believe that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad is alive, don't you? I said, no, brother, I don't believe that. His face turned up a little strange. I said, son, if he's alive, make me to know it. He's not here, so we got this work to do. But I did not believe that Elijah Muhammad was alive. So I kept on working. Jabril, when it was time for me to go to work, found me. I had just come back from Mecca in Arabia, kissing the black stone and
all that good shit.
Loving what I saw, but I was concerned. Because I said, these people look like they're worshiping the stone. The stone don't have no power. What it symbolizes is where the power is. But the way people were fighting just to kiss it, I did too.